Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm currently at my friend's house, Harriet, and we're getting ready for a 1920s birthday. And I've got inspo for my makeup. Did a Pinterest board. So, I want to kind of make my makeup like black and white photography. So I'm not going to hardly use any colour. I'm still going to do like makeup, but I want to do like greys. Luckily for me, I'm quite pale and I use grey contours anyway. But all my eye makeup, lips are going to be very like cool tone grey. That's the vibe. I've got Pinterest board. What I'll do is I'll like put it here so you can kind of see what I kind of like picked out. And yeah, what I'm going to do is, because there's like 8 people getting ready here, we're going to listen to music and stuff, is I'm probably going to do like a voiceover for the rest of it, because otherwise it would just be like super chaotic. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this 1920s makeup inspired video. I'd love it if you can like and subscribe. It'd mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. Do you want to come say hi, wave in? People like you. Yeah, you do. Bye. Okay, to start we have Skin Nova from VIEVE. This is for hydration. I'm prepping my skin. Then we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip. I think that's what it's called. And this is going to stick your makeup on. I wore this makeup for a very long time and I wanted it to like stay put. I am going in with a lot of primers. I am a primer girl and I like to layer them. I'm now going in with the Fenty, I think it's a Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. This always makes my foundation just stay perfectly matte all day, but it really doesn't dry out my skin. It's one of my favourite primers for like mattifying. Then we're going to go in with a bit more primer. We've got the PORELESS Putty Liquid Primer. I just quite like this, so I just thought why not put some on. And then I think this is the 5th one. This is the iconic, I don't know what the name is, I'll leave it linked down below. This really blurs, like really blurs. And I just, yeah, was really layering up with all these primers because they all kind of did different things. And yeah, my skin looked flawless all night, so I feel like it worked. We're going in with KYLIE foundation. This is actually my winter shade, so I just made sure I was really blending it in. I'm using a sponge because I wanted my skin to look quite airbrushed, and I didn't, even though this is quite a full coverage foundation, I didn't want to put on loads and I didn't want it to look cakey. I then went in with my HNB concealer and did a bit of spot concealing. I really love this concealer for like a full glam look. I think it gives you like the coverage that you want, and it again stays looking really like fresh all night. So I just kind of blended that in, going over all my kind of dark spots with that. I really wanted my skin to look like matte but not obviously dry, so I was trying to pick products that I felt would do that. Just going in now and concealing like normal. And yeah, these sponges from Fine Cosmetics have become some of my favourite sponges. I feel like they don't really pick up loads of product. I know that sounds silly because all sponges do, but I feel like I have other sponges that I feel like pick up more product than these. So yeah, just making sure my skin looks very flawless. Going again in with another concealer, and this is the KYLIE one. This is, I wish this was a bit more pink than it was. It's meant to be cool, but it's not. And I just wanted extra brightness. I wanted a really like bright under eye, so I went in and added that brightness with that concealer. We're gonna contour now, and I've got my Milk contour stick in Toasted. I kind of wanted to make myself look a bit like more hollow than normal, like hollow cheekbones. So I kind of brought my contour a bit further down than I normally would, and I went round my temples and did a little bit of nose contour. And yeah, using a kind of big brush to blend this out. I wish I had gone in with a smaller brush because I felt like I moved a lot of product like around the face, but it did what it needed to. I kind of just spent some time really buffing it in. But yeah, looking back, I feel like I could have used a little bit of a smaller brush. And that contour for me is not super grey. I know it's quite cool tone on other people, but for me it's kind of the perfect tone of like bronzer and contour. And just going back over with that sponge just to really define my cheekbones and just really blend out and make sure everything is, again, super seamless. I want everything to look really snatched. Going in with the Huda powder and my Trigwell powder puff. This powder is the best for like mattifying. I have other powders that I like, and if I want my oils to kind of come through over the day but in like a good way, I would choose them. But if I want my skin to stay matte and set, we're going with the Huda. Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, it's my ride or die. So using my Anastasia tint for my brows, I really didn't fluff up my brows for this. The 1920s brow look was very thin and I wasn't going to be shaving my eyebrows off, so I just wanted to keep them quite fine and as thin as they like naturally would go. And then just going through with my pencil and just defining them up a little bit. Yeah, I have quite naturally bushy eyebrows. I would love to do bleach brows one day. I'm obsessed with them on like other people. And I was thinking to block up my brows for this, but yeah, we just did natural kind of thin brows. Setting down my contour, I was using my Charlotte Tilbury like duo, which is one of my coolest tone bronzers that powder bronzers that I have. Now we're on eyes, so prepping with the VIEVE Eye Wand in Vanilla. This is always really good if I'm using like a lot of eyeshadow. It keeps the pigment really strong. I have quite veiny red eyelids and it definitely cancels out all of that. I've got my Big Beauty Bay nude palette and I'm basically creating like a spotlight halo eye, and I'm going quite dark. I'm literally picking up like a really dark brown with a bit of black, and I'm basically creating quite a rounded shape. From when I was looking on Pinterest and stuff, 1920s, definitely there was no like feline like pulled up looks. Everything was quite rounded, and so I was really trying to mimic that with my eyes. Normally I would pull them out like a little bit more, and I do kind of, and then I realised like I just went to like old habits. So I'm really trying to like round off my eye. Just packing on that colour. I'm going in between like those browns. They're like quite neutral browns, and just really building up the colour. I know some girlies love to do their eyeshadow first in case of fallout, but I never seem to have too much problem with fallout, even when I'm doing like a really dark eye. Going in between brushes. I'm going in between clean brushes, so we're more towards the edge. I'm like buffing out with a clean brush, but I actually am going quite high. I'm wearing quite a thick lash, so I wanted my eye look to like be seen. So really just taking my time and blending, layering, and now we're going in with a lighter colour in the middle. And I think it was literally just the white from the palette that I picked up, and just kind of buffing that into the dark and making sure everything, even though obviously it will always have that kind of line, that it's not obvious. Going back in and intensifying and just really taking my time. I'm now going dark underneath, making it a bit grungy, and going dark all the way along. I feel like this rounded off the eye even more. And yeah, we're just blending and buffing. I feel like with eyeshadow, I mean, you can overblend, but I feel like blending and just taking your time is like key. Going back in that middle and just really making sure everything's buffed and blended. I feel like I've said buffed and blended a lot. Okay, so here we have the eye. So I've done the other one. We now have two like spotlight halo eyes, and I actually really loved it, and I had a lot of compliments. Like when I was speaking to people, loads of people were like, oh my god, love the eye look. Waterline just with like a kohl liner just to intensify and just close off the eye. And then I'm also along the top, I've taken a bit of that kohl pencil on like a detail brush, and I'm just filling in a very thin like line across the top for when my lashes go on. This is my e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. I love this. It's like a really good mascara for like a chunky lash. So I'm just adding mascara. I feel like this is Tyler coming to say hi, my friend. She wanted to pop in. And yeah, now we're doing a full lash. And I miss a full lash. I never wear lashes anymore. And I just knew that this lash was not a half lash. It was not a half lash look. So I pulled out a full lash, and I feel like it really worked to add like drama and round off my eye. Before I stuck on my second eyelash, I decided to put on my moles. And I normally do this with just an end of one of my Makeup by Ariel pencils. I find the point on them is like the perfect size. And I use this with my VIEVE Eye Wand in Espresso. I just did 2 little moles. Liam always says I slowly add more and more. So I only went with 2 today. Other lash on, and now we've moved on to lips. And again, we're going with that like rounded look. Normally I don't accentuate my cupid's bow. I kind of go over my cupid's bow. With this lip look, I really wanted to kind of create that like pouty vintage look. So I went in a bit more like curvier at the corners, and I really kind of accentuated that like cupid's bow in the middle. And that was with MAC Stone. Now we're going in with Jeffree Star and Posh Spice, one of my favourite lipsticks ever, liquid lipsticks. And we kept the lip matte. I've been really loving matte lips. And yeah, can you see that pout is a bit more like exaggerated than normal? And so yeah, that is all the details of the makeup look. So here, got the final look. There is a train going past. The lighting is a bit washed out because I'm in front of a window. I've got gloves. Everyone's being very noisy. Halo eye. Very white skin. This is actually my winter shade foundation. And then yeah, like my natural hair, but fluffy. So yeah, final look. We're running late. This is giving me a headache already. And I've made a drink too strong for me. But yeah, I actually really like how the makeup looked. I'm wearing a full lash, which makes me feel like a diva. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, see you. Liam and his bow tie. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you again super soon. Bye.